Gareth finishes 2-2. The points are shared here at Priestfield. Just give us your verdict on what to us was an entertaining game, but was it as entertaining for you?
Yeah, it certainly was. I think many people will be looking forward to the boxing match tonight of Ben and Eubank, and I think they've had a nice prelim there. There was two teams really going at it. It was, and I'm really proud of my boys, but I also give credit to Crawley Town. They've come here, they stuck to their guns. I think we forced them into not a usual style of football, but their second goal was, a class act, and you've got to give credit to that. Although we could have stopped it higher up the pitch, we've talked about that in the dressing room. One or two of the boys have stood up and gone, I could do better there, and I could do. And when I hear the boys saying that in the dressing room, I'm like, yeah, this is a good place now. These boys are taking ownership of things. We could have won it at the end as well with Johnny going down the wing, and just for the want of a pick out would have been fantastic. But it would have been harsh on Crawley. I think they've come and they've been worthy opponents, very worthy opponents. And I think that Scott Lindsay, who is a fighter himself, by the way, will be very proud of his team not giving up today. Really disappointed in the Dack header, if I'm honest. I think that may change the game if we go 2-0 up. I may change formation and try and see a game out. But it wasn't to be today. But we've probably had some decisions in the past that maybe we didn't deserve, but that one definitely went against us today, and I think it's onside. I think it's a great finish, and it would have been Dacky's second goal of the game, which would have been great for him.
Let's talk about his first goal. A tremendous strike, one off the training ground, but a ball like that, the person you want on the end of it is Bradley Dack.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to give Dobbo total credit for this, because I ask every week, I ask what can we do from set pieces. And I task my staff and say, look, I don't want to be boring, I don't want to be standard. You need to come up with something. And obviously Dobbo's worked really hard and he's come up with a fantastic corner there. We rehearsed it in training yesterday, and Dacky scored in training as well. And we thought, you know what, that might well happen, with the way Crawley defend corners. We thought he might get free. The boys running everyone in have done a great job, and the only problem is it's on TV, so we
you can't do that again.
For 6 months, So, but be wary in 6 months, that might come out again. No, we're really lucky to have someone with the quality of Dacky to be on the end of that. And there's 18 people in front of the goal and a goalkeeper, and there's probably one place you can put it, which is the top corner. And if you want anyone to do that, it is Brad. And great from him. Great way to take the lead just before half time. But gutted we weren't 2-0 up, because I think that's a mistake by the officials.
Just finally for me, before I bring in Ben, Robbie McKenzie took the penalty. Bradley had it in his hand. Was it always Robbie's to take, or did they just make it up as they went along?
I made the decision before the game, yeah. So Bradley, again, the leadership in Bradley is flourishing at the moment, really coming out, and people probably think that he's getting past it, where far from it when he performs like he did today. And I had a little whisper with Brad before the game and said, look, I'm going to put Robbie on penalties. That good with you? And obviously with Max missing one last week, Bradley understands, and he says, to be fair, I prefer going open play goals rather than penalties. And Robbie took a few good ones yesterday, so I nominated Robbie before, and I'm glad I did, because I think that's number 7 penalties, and we're deserving them. It was Clarkie's shots going in, and it is a hand. In the Premier League with VAR, that's a penalty all day, and I'm glad the referee spotted that one. But it was tough for us to break down Crawley at times. We had chances, but I'm hoping that they'll say the same about us. Defended resolutely, and 2-2 is probably a fair result.
So Robbie on penalties, an inspired decision by you. I should know better. Ben, all yours.
Gareth, decent advert for League 2 football, that one?
Yeah, of course, and decent advert for football, when all the talk sometimes is about long throws coming back and people being a bit more direct. I think there's 2 styles of play there that you could say both teams are very, very bought into what they do, and we love putting it on teams. And I had to change formation, halfway through the first half. I thought they were getting a lot of open play in that midfield, so took Nelson in and went as a 2 up front. It was very basketball at the start, and I didn't want that. We wanted to control the game a bit better. And maybe I could have changed second half to show the game out, but the way that the boys defended, barring those 2 moments, I think was very good, and we we take a point, and that's League Two football sometimes.
And Jake Tony, a goalkeeper, did what was required when the saves were there to be made?
Outstanding, that first 5-minute save when they broke away. I don't think Nelson will stand up and say, look, I'll have a shot rather than try a touch there, and I'll be telling him, look, shoot, that either flies in the top corner live on TV in the top, or it goes over the stand and we're fine. But what we didn't want to do was let them have a counter-attack. But Jake came to the rescue there, as he did a couple of times today. But I will have to say, Willicott saved some good chances for them as well. I think there was a Romeo Hutton one, there was a Max Clark one, there was definitely a Nelson Kumbeni one, So there was, I think, 2 goalkeepers performed very well today.
Yeah, the Hutton and Kumbeni ones came in back to back, didn't they?
Yeah,
double save. Just in terms of Bradley Dack, as you mentioned, he scored one, he's had one disallowed, but that output is there from him in terms of leading the goal scoring charts and finding those pockets of space.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping Bradley get double figures this year. I think that's where he was when he was at Blackburn and things were flying. He's had to adjust his game a little bit. We've had to adjust his game a little bit, but he's also now added this leadership to his game, which there's moments on the pitch which I won't go into detail with, but there's players that he's played with at the top level that probably pass the ball better or find him better, and sometimes they don't at this level, and it's about him then accepting that and thinking, right, how can I help the team? And I see him as definitely staying in the game in the future in capacities of coaching, because he loves the game and knows the game. But at the moment, he's flying with his playing, and like you say, top scorer now, and he's definitely in my plans going forward to keep playing, because like I say, his quality's something that many teams don't have in League Two.
And did you think he was on side in real time watching it, or was it only when you looked back on the replay?
I think there's a clear gap. I don't think it's even level. I think there's a clear gap. I think one of my players, I can't remember who it was now, at the back stick was keeping one of the Crawley players back, and Bradley was definitely onside. So if he's flagged for Bradley, that's incorrect. Now if he's flagged for Max Clark, which I think he has, that's probably closer, but I still think Max is onside. So, like I say, Crawley got away with one there, but we'll be back and we'll be scoring more goals. It's great to get 2 goals. When I came here, people say we don't score enough goals. We've scored 3 today and one's been chalked off. But it's good to be a threat at the other end, and I was really pleased with what I saw today.
Getting enough penalties at the moment as well, aren't you?
Yeah, and we're deserving them. It's not like we've not deserved any. I think the Gareth McCleary one, which was overturned with the ban for Gareth and all that, still baffles me, because there's no way Gareth could have gone down earlier in the move if he wanted to dive, and that's one that still pains me a little bit. But apart from that, they've all been legitimate, and I think that today's game was his hands tucked in and the boy can't really put his hand anywhere else. But as I say, in the Premier League, I think if it's going into the goal, which Max was definitely on target, then it's hit a hand, so it has to be a penalty, and Robbie dispatched it really well.
You said it wasn't going to be 0-0, ends up 2-2. You think it was a fair result?
Yeah, I will say that. I'm not going to be one of these people here saying sugarcoat it, and I'm hoping Scott Lindsay agrees. They've hit the bar, but it was our deflection that hit the bar, and then I think they hit the post early on. But again, we've had some real good chances. We just didn't put the final touch to, and it's a great advert for football, and I'm sure that everyone's gone home a little bit frustrated, but also thinking, I've seen a good game there. Come down to Priestfield, you want to see goals.
And just lastly from me, how was the reception pre-kick?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I never want it to be just like me, but I thought with my first game back, and people know I was there, I'm a big fan of our armed forces as well, so I wanted to be there for the minute's silence. Those people, I always say thank you for your service when I see somebody like that. I think that regardless of whether we're leaving and whatever the government wants them to do, they do it, and we can sleep at night. So those guys and girls are unbelievable. But it was just perfect, because after the minute silence, just going over, and when the last waltz is playing, believe me, not many people get that feeling, get to do that, and that'll stay with me for a while. But fans were great today, really were. I know they deflated at the end, but we'll get them up next week for Barnet again.
Nice one, thank you.
Thanks.
talk about players taking opportunities. Jake Turner's taken his, isn't he? I mean,
Yeah.
a few minutes into the game, fantastic save, and he made quite beautifully.
I know Jake's a really, really good keeper, and I know that he's probably had a lot of pressure put on him in the past, and there's no pressure from me. I know he's a good keeper. He shows me in training every day he's a great keeper. So I think the art of man management is not putting the pressure on him when he's out on the pitch. Just the same again, Jake, because you are a great keeper. Kicks it well, comes for things really well. I like Jake as a person as well, and I think he's patiently waited for his chance. And if he keeps playing like this, you know, he's definitely going to keep the number 1 shirt. It's you know, Glenn Morris is also a brilliant keeper, and to have 2 of them like that, wow, I'm spoilt in that department. So, but he's definitely earned his wages this week, Jake. He's been brilliant today.
It was a big week for the club as well prior to this game, wasn't it? You announced quite a few new contracts, Sam Gale amongst them.
Yeah.
I mean, what a year he's had. I mean, it was only sort of in December last year he made his first start, and now he's a mainstay in the heart of defence.
Yeah, when I came in at the end of March, I couldn't believe that Sam Gale had only just got in the team. You know, I think you know, obviously there's an age thing and coming out of the youth team, but that's a great conveyor belt we've got with Brian and Joe. I keep saying it, you know, and we like developing our young boys. You know, we did it the other night in the Virtue Trophy. But Sam was one I wanted to get on a long-term contract, and also reward Sam. You know, first year pros don't earn as much as 10th year pros. You know, so and first team regular. You know, he needs to be rewarded for that. And I hope he's learning plenty. You know, we haven't really had much time to do a lot of 1v1 and development on people, but we'll get there now because I'm back in now and we're Saturday, which is great for me. Yeah, Sam's definitely going to play higher, but I'm really pleased we've tied him up for a few years here now.
Super level-headed kid, isn't he? I mean, how far can he go though? I mean, he doesn't seem like he's a player that's going to let that
go. Listen, Sam can. There'll be loads of factors that determine how high he goes. You know, when people come to watch him, if he's lucky, he has a great performance. You know what they're looking for. All I know is that physically, I've played with a lot worse players, and you know I was lucky to play at the top level. And you know he would be right up there in those days. You know, I think now. The passing games come into it, especially, you know, at the top level. You know, you have to be really competent on the ball, and I think it's something that me and Sam have agreed we want to develop. You know, we want to get him better at, but defending and just absolutely thou shalt not pass. Sam Gale is your man. I think he's got the attributes in that department to play at a really high level. If we can add some culture and some refinement to his game, I think he's going to go a long way. But it'll be up to him how high he goes, as it will be for Andy Smith and people like that, because they're great players. You know, Robin McKenzie. I mean, we've just got some really talented players here, and I just want to make sure that we're grounded, we're level-headed, and if it comes, great. But otherwise, you know, we'll be successful as Gillingham together. That's really important.
And Stan Tate earning deals as well. I mean,
yeah.
The youth system at the minute is in a good place here.
Yeah, Stan Sargent, again, I think he's excited me when he's come on in the first team, and he's got a natural knack of being in the right place at the right time. He's got a brilliant peeling off the centre half for a run where he gets slipped in, and it's very hard to coach those things. It really is, you know, even though people do work hard on that, there's a natural instinct sometimes in strikers. Stan's definitely got that. And Tate, really pleased for him. You know, he's played his 2 first team games last year and didn't look out of place at all. He's got some big competition ahead of him, but he'll be patient. But Tate's definitely one for the future as well.
Is it the game this Tuesday? Is it the Youth Cup?
The Youth Cup's this Tuesday, yeah. So
I'll be involved in that, I imagine.
Yeah, definitely.
But chance to see some of these young kids.
Yeah, it'd be great to be able to see some of them, and you know what? I wouldn't be afraid of sticking players from my youth team on my bench or in my starting lineup. I think that too many people dismiss that, but then you see Liverpool's and Chelsea's giving 16-year-olds, if they're good enough, they're old enough, you know, for me, and definitely I'm really proud of our youth system here. I think it's a great academy and it's a great catchment, and yeah, so far it's been producing some great players.
There was a few missing off your bench today as well. Was Seb injured?
Seb got an injury, 2 days ago, and it's nothing serious. He's going to be back, but we had to be precaution with him. Connor, Ewan, Shad, you know, again, just missing out on that one with a couple of knocks, and Connor obviously we know, and Ewan, but Shad took a whack in the game the other night as well. So we've got Armani Little, you know, again probably be in contention for next week. So we've got some good players coming back, but also, as I say, the likes of Johnny Smith getting up to speed, Gareth McCleary, really good performance today, and I thought really assured, and I know what Gareth can get to. He's not there yet, and he'll get there. So yeah, really pleasing day, but just short of a win, and that disappoints me. And the boys feel like they've lost the game in the dressing room, which is good, you know. But I'll get them picked up on Tuesday, and we'll go again against Barnet.
Back here again, isn't it? Next Saturday, different kick-off time this time, a bit earlier.
Yeah, we're going 5 hours earlier. So the EFL are really testing us with our pre-match preparations, and then obviously the trip to Shrewsbury, which will be great in a couple of weeks' time. So I'm looking at going into both games, wanting to win them, knowing that we've got the quality to win them, and hopefully if we keep producing chances like we've done today, we'll win some games.